So after spending the last 4 videos following the Strong's trail, what have we actually learned about the word unbelief? We started with Strong's G570, apistia, which Strong's defines as unbelief, faithlessness, or unfaithfulness. But instead of stopping at the definition, we followed the references that Strong's gave us. The first thing we discovered was that G570 comes from G571, apistos. When we looked at that word, we found that it is made up of 2 parts, G1 and G4103. G1 is the Greek letter alpha used as a negative prefix. In English, it functions much like the prefix un in words like unbelief, unfaithful, or undone. Its purpose is to negate or remove the meaning of the word attached to it. The second part, G4103, is pistos. This word carries the idea of someone who is faithful, trustworthy, believing, or trustful. It is the active sense. It describes someone who exercises faith or trust. In its passive sense, it describes someone who is worthy of trust. So when the negative alpha is attached to pistos, we get apistos, literally meaning not faithful, not trusting, or without trust. But we didn't stop there. We followed the Strong's references one step further, which brought us to G3982, patho, the root word behind pistos. Patho means to persuade, convince, or win over. In its reflexive sense, it carries the idea of becoming convinced and therefore placing confidence or trust in something. This is where everything begins to come together. At the root of the entire word family is the idea of persuasion. A person becomes persuaded. Because they are persuaded, they trust. Because they trust, they are faithful. And because they are faithful, they obey. Likewise, unbelief is not merely a lack of information or intellectual disagreement. Following the Strong's trail shows us that unbelief is connected to a failure to be persuaded, which results in a lack of trust, faithfulness, and ultimately obedience. That's why Strong's notes in G3982 that the obedience being described is not merely submission to authority. It's obedience that flows from trust. We obey because we believe. We obey because we've been persuaded. And that brings us right back to Hebrews 3:18-19, the passage that started this entire study. The author connects Israel's disobedience with unbelief. Through the lens of these Strong's entries, we can see why. Their outward disobedience revealed an inward lack of trust in what God had said. Whether you agree or disagree with every conclusion or not, I hope that this study has shown the value of following the references instead of stopping at the first definition. Sometimes the richest insights come from not a single entry, but from following the trail wherever it leads.